All right, welcome to a Freeform Saturday exclusive. No, your eyes don't deceive you. That is the great Lee Gershman. To my,
Huh.
I think, left. He's here because the other two are busy today, and I didn't want to do one like find myself looking stupid. Plus, I
Well,
know a lot of you guys miss him on the show. So, how you doing, Lee?
you caught me at an okay time when the only thing I was doing at the moment was putting my bottle in my mouth. So I guess the fact that I had to stop doing that for at least for the moment in order to press the OK button for the Zoom, that takes away precious seconds. I could just be going like this all the time. Instead, I had to go like that.
Well,
And
man,
I had something else to do. Ooh.
I know. There's a couple questions since you've been gone, man. Have you been happy since you've been gone? Even though I had that mini meltdown that I apologized to you for.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. Even with your mini meltdown, you were still you. So it's not like I didn't expect it. But then again, I was still me. I probably said maybe some stuff that, you know, I thought was okay, but it would be like I didn't realize that this. I'm being hypothetical about a hypothetical situation. I didn't realize that this guy didn't want me to step on his foot. Should I say oops, or should I just keep walking and go ha 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 ha? I mean, in other words, we never know, or I never know if I'm
Well,
going over the line or not.
what got me, I didn't mind you left the show. The whole thing is that you said you didn't want to do podcasts anymore, even yours. That's why you wanted to
I
leave. And then you posted up like 10 in one day. I go, what the fuck?
well, I just I had both frames of mind about mine. I didn't necessarily want to do them anymore. I did mention to other people the same thing, you know, but then, occasionally, since it's mine and I don't have a schedule, I'm okay with it. But overall, I don't, I just don't like schedules.
Yeah, it's fine. I try to be as loose with you as possible. You got to admit that. I
Yeah, and I probably was in some ways a bitch to you.
oh God, yeah, dude. It's like,
And so, I can't say that I know how to not do that, but I'm gonna say at least I'm aware of it, and I'm going to try to not be that way.
have you heard any new episodes with Charles and Jerry?
Um, I I looked at maybe a couple, but I tend to only get past 10 minutes at the most.
I know it's hard. It's hard listening. I like podcasts. Because your mind, you're thinking about everything all at once. So you go, oh, I gotta do this. It's like you're not there. You need to do other things. You just can't focus on one thing. I noticed that about you. You're a genius. You're always thinking.
I I don't even know what you said. I was
Well,
thinking
your
of
mind,
while
it's
you
like
said it.
you're on a merry-go-round and you could only go around 3 times before you get bored and you got to go try something else.
I thought that was you.
No, I do everything, dude. I listen to everything you gave me. I was a dude.
Oh,
We
oh, you, I think what you meant was,
the podcasting thing. You were tired of the podcast. You didn't want to go around with me anymore, so you wanted to stop. You were done, and
but
that was
but it
fine.
was
But
also, I guess also you might be talking about the fact that I might pick an album and then all of a sudden I change it, or
yes,
or then I'm like, hey, guess what? I want you to hear this, and then 10 minutes later, oh wait a minute, I want you to hear this.
yeah. Forget about that. Listen to this first. It's like I'm getting so much information I can't take it in. It's like
Well,
you always did that to me. Plus, It's like I'd have
Oh,
to argue over with
I
you.
do that with myself too. But
I
anyway,
want
go on.
I want to do this album. No, I don't want to do Journey Escape. Fuck that album. And or I don't want to do Pyromania. Fuck that. But then you do Hysteria and you do other ones. And then towards the end you were checked out. And that was funny as fuck, kind of.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. This is going to be honest. I was even getting bored of the albums that I picked. I was like, I just thought it was like too much.
I don't
That's
think you're picking albums you actually wanted me to like.
well, in some cases they were albums that I liked, and I still, because I was listening to them again for the review, I didn't like them as much.
Okay. That makes sense. But dude, it's like they're pretty good, man. They're really good. I love Charles's sarcasm.
Yeah,
I like Jerry's fucking thinks he knows
yeah,
everything. You know, he's the opinion that matters now, and I'm just the shit stirrer. I just sit there and stir them. Um,
mm,
but
yeah,
Charles is a cool dude. I just want to thank you for your many years. You did tell me when you came on the podcast that this would be temporary, and it lasted 6 years. So that was pretty long temporary
yeah.
stint.
I
I just
will
got
say
used to you, man.
I was a bitch. I was a bitch to you when I said some about you had to make the BS session shorter.
Yeah, a lot
But
shorter than 2 hours. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
but I thought to myself I was saying it mostly both to save the people who had to listen and to make it. I was trying to be like a friendly advisor, but a mean one.
Yeah, I was like, I do try to keep it under 2.5 because Charles has to go to bed, and
Yeah,
so it's not like we want to go 3 hours. It's just sometimes you get these guests that just talk, dude, and I don't want to cut them off because they're giving a lot of useful information out there for the people who love that stuff. They're catering to that fan base, and then the other fan base is going, keep going, stop. You know, it's like you can't please everybody, man.
yeah,
We have
and
some long-winded guests. You've talked to Metal Mike. So you know he's a long-winded what motherfucker. He even says
yeah.
he is. Yeah, those you don't want to stop them because they're gold to most of
Um,
the fan base.
I I'm not necessarily going to agree with part of that,
Hmm.
but I will say they do talk.
Do you talk? Yes. And it's kind of hard to cut them off because I feel just like I know you'll understand. I feel rude if I cut them off in mid talking.
I feel more like I'd feel rude if I put on a guest who I knew was going to do a lot of talking.
Well, sometimes that guest is awesome and you got to have them on, you know. Metal Mike's awesome,
Your
man.
idea of what's awesome is your idea. Okay, well, I'll just leave it at that.
All right. Oh, okay. But man, I'm happy to catch up with you. Have you listened to like I saw you did a review of that Margarita Witch Cult. I didn't see it. What did you like that?
I I first had a couple of issues with it, but then I got over that, and I liked the music mostly.
Yeah, I thought Charles is digging deep. That's why he was your favorite co-host. Well, second. That made sense because he digs deeper than I do. I give him that. He digs deeper than I do into the music genres.
Yeah.
But
And,
but I'm not
and
one of these people who talk about Stairway to Heaven a million times either. So
well, that's good.
yeah.
You know, I'm, you know, and I'll have you back on mine. I mean, and I won't always pick bad albums for you. You know, I'll be cool. I'll because believe it or not, you're actually pretty good on my show. So
Yeah, you
it
said
would be good to see you
you
be
said I'm
good
a
at.
great MC on Freeform and then I need to shut up.
Um, I do think that you have a good personality. I think sometimes you need someone to write what you're going to say, but I think that your the way you deliver stuff, if if you can sort of hone yourself in, you'd be really cool.
Oh, thanks.
I'm not even that good. The
Yeah.
only reason why people like me is because they're afraid that if they tell me they don't like me, I'll bite them.
Yeah. Hey, so what do you Charles is a huge Oasis, Guns N' Roses guy, and
I'm not.
I know you're not, so I'll get an honest opinion from you, not a biased opinion on this, so that's cool. But
Hmm.
dude, Guns N' Roses is headlining this festival called Music Midtown. The first day it's Pink, Flume, Pitbull, J. Lou, Skay Water, Leah, Kate. Second day is like Billie Eilish, the 1975, 30 Seconds to Mars, Doll, Young Gravy, Destroyed Lonely. It's all this fucking shit. And then the third day, Guns N' Roses is headlining with Lil Baby. What the fuck is this shit? Why is Guns N' Roses in this fucking shit of lineups?
Well, I don't necessarily consider them anymore to be any better than them. But I
Ooh,
would say that the general that list of names that you told me about, 90% of them I haven't even heard of.
me
But
too.
it sounded like names of cupcakes.
Yeah.
Like you go to a cupcake place and any of those group names you say, I'm going to have a little baby, or I'm going to have a Scava Pink 8, or whatever it is, you know?
Yeah. I'm just like, this is what I told Charles. I said all they want is a paycheck. I said this is nothing but a paycheck. They've lost their credibility a long time ago, and this just proves it.
Well, I ain't going to be on their they're sending them no money.
I'm
You know,
just
I'm
I'm just
going to
saying
go to a
it's only
I'm
Axel. It's not the other two. The other two are making music still.
yeah, I'm going to go to a show. It's going to be an avant-garde classical show to, tonight.
You like
And it's and it's only $15, and that's the kind of thing I want to go to.
yeah. We did review Slash's last album with Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators, and you liked it better than anything that Guns N' Roses has put out in years. So
All right.
I'm just saying, but man, Lee,
Yeah, you're just saying.
yeah, you hate it when I point out you like things that you want people to think you hate.
Just think that you just say stuff too much just because you want to irk them. It's like, Lee, and I'm trying to just say I'm not going to respond. Lee, say I did it. No, I'm.
Well,
You
you
know
know,
I'm being funny.
but the fans love it when I went fucking fair point, port, wait, port.
Yeah, whatever.
Come on, come on, go. Shut up, Mark. Shut up. One more time.
Yeah,
Shut up, Mark.
yeah. Shut up.
No, that's not the shut up you give me when you're pissed. Shut up,
Well, well,
Mark.
well. Shut up.
There it is. Got it.
Well, anyway, all I'm trying to say is that
Dude, I
what,
had you know why I did that stuff to you? Why I
what
brought up those certain key words?
I don't always like to hear the same jokes over again,
But
even though
the joke always worked. If the joke stopped working, I wouldn't use it anymore. I'd find something new.
well, you know that I reacted that way because that's what the fans
Because
want.
one time, a lot of times, dude,
It's showbiz.
you would get out of you would go lackadaisical in the episode. You start be talking weird, and I go fucking fair point port committee. Shut up, Mark! And all of a sudden you'd start rolling with the interview.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah, but you would. I'd have to. Can you leave it out there?
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, you would. That's my mother-in-law. Say hi.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, but no, dude. Sometimes you would get bored in the middle of an episode, and I had to bring up those words, and you'd start getting animated again. I had to be the guy, like the producer, the director.
No,
Let's
you
go.
didn't. You could have. you could have been like a modern day Kiss album and made it boring.
Well, no, I don't want it boring. It's like that one
You
episode.
like Journey's Escape. Why not have an episode that sounds as bad as Journey's Escape?
But see, there you go. That's what I like.
Hey, shut up. Stop it.
I had to direct you, Lee. You would fall. You like that one episode where you said you were just going to give me one word answers, and I kept hounding you and hounding you to talk more. And then finally, I said so that you went, "Okay, this is what I think."
Well, I was gonna do that anyway, but I was working up to it.
I couldn't stand it, dude. I was like, "What the fuck? You're not being Lee. What the fuck's going on?"
I wanted to bug you.
Why do you do that to me? I don't do that shit to you.
You do it without knowing it. I was doing it without knowing it too.
No, you knew it. I didn't know you knew it.
Just kidding.
Sorry. No, but you picked albums to torture me on purpose. Because I would actually give you an album I love, and I wanted to see what you thought about it. And then the next album I would get Mascara Sue.
Well, let's say, for instance, you're a meat eater and there was someone who is a vegetarian, and they said if you try something that they like, they'll try something that you like. So they picked some kind of weird salad that doesn't taste good. So you thought that you'd pick maybe for them some kind of meat dish that they would not have otherwise. And both of you didn't like each other's thing, but part of it was testing both of you by doing that. Because you could have picked a different White Line album. I didn't realize you liked that album.
I do like that album, but I did agree with you. There was too many ballads on it, didn't I? The thing is, you know why
I mean, you're like
Lee. I was trying to pick the obscure White Line album. You like obscure.
Yeah, no, I know.
If I would have picked like the first White Lion debut, Pride, you would have went, "This is typical of you, Mark." So I tried to not be typical.
I would have liked it better, but no. Listen,
I try to get on your obscureness.
I have to be honest with you. On my own, I listen to stuff like Mascara Sue, so I really wanted to share that with you.
That's fine, and I told you what I thought about it, and I let you pick albums like that all the time, but I had to fight with you. I had to fight with you to do albums like Bon Jovi, and then you said, "Well, if you do this, I'm going to give you this." I said, "Go ahead, then."
Yeah, well, that's because you're easier to
manipulate.
Well, no, you're easier to accept things than me. I'm like the dog who you're like the dog where if the owner wants to walk you down the street, the dog will you'll go wherever. You might not like it, but
I would never do a jazz album.
I'm the dog where the owner has to pull him. It's like, come on.
What was the one stipulation I told you? I would never do a jazz album. I did stick my guns on, but then you tricked me with a band who did rock and then did jazz. I forgot the name of the band, but they were a rock band before they went jazz on that album. They went rock fusion, jazz fusion on that. What band was that?
No, they were always that way.
Oh God, I don't know. I just read the Wikipedia shit that said they went jazz fusion.
That's the other thing is you read Wikipedia and as far as I'm concerned, the album that I picked, and it was Soft Machine, I thought it was a way cool album with some really great songs, and I used to listen to that when I got high. And I thought maybe you might get high and you would like it, but instead you had to read Wikipedia and like you know.
No, I've always told you this. I listen to the album first, and then I go do my homework on the album last. And Wikipedia, I only pull up for show days to give me the track listing. So I don't know. and I give a little bit of what the album, who produced it, and that's about it. I don't really give you my thoughts on what people say about the music in that Wikipedia.
But
So,
it's like I was always kind of hoping that you would be a little, well, that you would eventually be a little more like me.
well, the thing is, I didn't want somebody on a podcast to be like me. That's why I like Charles and Jerry, because we like Jerry likes that
I'm
band.
not saying to have me be like you. I'm saying to have you be like me. That's a
But I don't
different
want to
thing.
be like you.
Why?
I like me. Me is
No,
cool.
what I'm saying is I was hoping that maybe you would get into more of the stuff that I gave
And I
because you
have
were
got
listening
into
to
a
more.
lot of the stuff you gave me, and I hated a lot of. I think I always tell you, there's more stuff you gave me that I like than I dislike. So
I
you
know
can't
you're
expect
honest.
me to like everything you like. That would be boring. That'd be like, hi, I'm Lee. Oh, I'm Lee too. Welcome to the Twin Podcast. You know,
You're
whatever.
actually being very intelligent here, and that's what's annoying. You
All
know,
right.
I'm kidding with you. You know, it's been cool talking with you.
Yeah, man. What show are you going to tonight?
It's going to be with a concert with someone called, I think it's Noise Conserve or Noise Collective, and they're doing stuff by different um composers who there's one guy, um Gregory Ligeti. I don't know if he's still around. He did a lot of cool stuff. He also did somewhere, it's just 100 clocks ticking in a row. That one isn't always his best work, so I don't think they're doing that. But he did like a weird opera with robots with, I think, like paddles, and they paddle people and they go ha ha ha, like
Uh,
and stuff. You might not necessarily like the music, but I think if you got high and you watched the video, you would think it was kind of
well,
fun.
if you don't go to the merch table and get a picture with them, then it's not a real show. if
You
they're
know what?
wearing
That's true.
if they're wearing masks, it's not a real picture either.
Yeah, actually, you know, it's so good. You know,
I got
I,
shitted on for
I
this show right here because they took a picture of me wearing mask.
yeah, I think it's mostly just the idea of, I don't like to admit it, but when I go to get pictures, I like to get pictures with the women.
Oh, I know.
And you just like to go to the show.
Yeah.
So that would be like me saying the only reason why I go to this restaurant is because I like the color of the forks.
I
And
go to
you
a
say the
restaurant for the
only
food.
reason why I go to the restaurant is because I like the food. And
I
I go,
go to the
why
restaurant.
would you go for the food? Why not go for the forks?
Why do I care about getting a picture with somebody who's a fucking uh a celebrity, dude? I don't care if they're there, I'll get it. If they're not, I'm not gonna stand in a million line to see Lou Graham. Like, he was there for free, but there was a line to see
Yeah,
him. I wanted to go home and sleep. Also, I got a picture with these
I hear you.
guys. I showed you pictures from Rockin' Pod. I got the guy from Tora Tora, and I got the lead singer of this
Yeah.
guy from Native Sons. Got his picture.
Yeah.
You know who wouldn't give me their picture?
Who?
Eddie Hojeda from Twisted Sister.
Huh? Was he
I
like,
bought his fucking picture. It's hanging on the wall over here. He signed it. I bought a picture from him for $20. I said, can me and Jerry get a picture with you? Oh, that's another $20. I just bought a signed picture from him. Native Sons gave this to me for free. They're just as
that's the
famous as
cool
he am
thing?
now. Okay. He wanted me to pay another $20 for a fucking picture.
Yeah.
I said, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
We left. Isn't that fucked
You
up?
know, you know what's cool is, like, for instance, if I've seen like someone um in the concert, then afterwards asked if they're coming out, and I said I have CD. I want to give them stuff, and then the person at their table says that they'll go ask them, and then so they come and tap me, and then we go out, and then they're there, and it's just me and them talking, you know, and then I get a picture and I buy their stuff, but I also give them my work, and this is someone who didn't come out for most people, but they came out because I wanted to talk with them, so they came out for me. Isn't that cool?
That's fucking cool. And I also got
Yeah.
God dang. I also got pictured with Eric Martin from Mr. Big because I went to the acoustic show the next night.
Yeah.
And I went up. Dr. Fuck pushed me up to him. I said, "No, I don't want to bug. Oh, come on. You want a picture with him?" So he pushed me up. I got a
You mean
picture
Eric
of
Martin?
Eric Martin. So
Yeah.
Eric Martin, the first thing I say, I just want to say condolences to your drummer, Pat Torpy, who died a couple of years ago. And he says, "Come here, man. I need a hug." And he gave me a huge hug, dude. And then we took pictures. He has some like choking me. And he's a
Yeah.
pretty cool dude. But thanks to Dr. Fuck for pushing me up to see Eric Martin. That guy is genuine. That's the stars. I didn't want to bug him, dude. I'm not. I just want to see the music. I'm not star. I don't need your pictures. Just thank you for the music. That's just me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I do know what you mean. I was in a CD store, and this guy was looking at CDs right next to me, and my mom was pointing, saying like, say something to him. But it was Carlos Santana, and I could have said something to him about how great he was, but I wanted to pretend like he was just a regular guy, because he
Yeah.
was there just as a regular guy in the store.
Yeah.
So I have been like that.
Yeah. Did you see that we did Look Into the Future by Journey?
I did see that.
Yeah. You should listen
I
to that.
did say that. I hate to say it, but I have to be honest. Your opinions were better than Jerry's.
On Look Into the Future.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Thanks for
There
listening.
were there were a couple of songs that I thought, why did he say this about those songs? But then you said the cool stuff.
All right, man. Thank you. I got to
Yeah.
go eat lunch. You got to get ready for your show. Thank you for coming on, man. Great
All right.
reconnecting. Show the
Hey, you
fans
know
out there
what?
we're still friends.
Let's pretend this is Let's Freak Everybody Out, just like Motley Crue getting back. Even though they're not doing good shows, they're at least back. Kind of like that. I'm kidding.
I'm just gonna say kicking back with Lee. All right.
It's
Later,
all
man.
good.
Take
Take
it
care,
easy.
buddy.
Bye.
Bye.
Unless you want to write the notes.
I'm kind of drunk.
All right, later, dude. Bye.
All right, take care. Bye.